Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what can I do for you?
What's your name?
I don't really want to give it.
You don't want to give it? Okay. There's maybe, I don't know if you saw, we have a couple of signs that say that in this area there's no recording or photography.
Yeah.
Did you notice those?
The sign on the door?
Mm-hmm. And there's a sign over there on the wall.
Yeah, I understand. It's just a sign, though. It's just like it's kind of like a suggestion.
No, it's not a
Because it's
suggestion.
not against the law to record in public. You know that, right? You do know that.
We've put the signs on there to distinguish between what's a public area.
And this is one. This lobby is public. Anything past those restricted doors back there, those key card doors, that's private, of course. But this lobby where everybody's at, the public area, this is public area all day
Yeah.
long.
So I'm asking you not to record in here?
Yeah, I understand. If you're asking, then I
Well,
respectfully decline.
I'm telling you that we have a rule against recording in here.
Yeah, but it's not a law, sir. So we just follow the law. We have a right to do it. See, it's bigger than even a rule or a policy. The First Amendment guarantees that we have a right to do this, to film public officials and, of course, you guys' duties.
Sir, you're refusing to follow those guidelines?
Well, when you say refuse, that makes it sound like I have to do it. So I'm choosing not to. You don't want to use the word refuse. I just choose not to let you guys infringe on my rights today.
I see.
And plus, I got to file a public records request with you today anyway, so.
Okay, well, I appreciate your answer to that.
And it's Greg, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
All right. He's talking about these signs right here. It's like he walked out and grabbed his phone. Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, officer?
Not too bad. I'm Deputy Barr. It's Deputy Spade.
How you guys doing, man?
Not too bad. So I understand you're a First Amendment auditor?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to this young man what I came in to do today was first thing we tried to come in and do was exercise our rights to just to record in public, making no efforts to go past anything restricted, and to fill out a public records request. So both of those are guaranteed rights.
Okay.
So, and I was trying to explain it to him. I'm not sure if he's familiar with it, but
So
that's why we're here.
You weren't in a specific room, though?
Oh, absolutely not. They're right now, literally in the lobby. Even the young lady that's at the desk there that just helped me with my request.
Sure.
I spoke to her. No, there's no expectation to privacy in public, but I can understand past a restricted door.
Okay.
Just in the lobby.
I'm happy to show you where the signs are.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. All right, sir.
I just heard a little bit of what you said. I mean, I got a rebuttal for that, but I'm gonna let you speak though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they got it posted, because they do have patients in that go in there, so there's some patient confidentiality in that.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but only thing is about this sign. The sign legally is like it's like a suggestion. That's why you don't see any codes or laws and statutes attached to it. Kind of like when you first walked in here, you seen those signs about no firearms.
Right.
Bringing a firearm in, you're actually violating a statute. Recording, we have a right to do it. So that's the only thing. And then there's no confidential information in the lobby, only behind that door.
So it's kind of like going to the doctor, though. You don't want to have your info just put out there. So
That's why there's no info in the lobby right here. It's in the back. It's in the back.
No, I get that, but if they're calling people back there and that,
Yeah, I understand
you
that.
don't want to be standing there, right? I wouldn't want someone yelling my name saying, "Hey, we're back."
Of course, that's why I stay in the publicly accessible area, not in the private area. You have two areas, public and private.
There could be people that also are volunteering to get help at this place, and seeing a camera might make them feel like if it's recorded that they might not want to go get that help anymore.
Hey, I understand what you're saying, Spade, but look, we're talking about rights at this point. We're not talking about feelings. You're explaining how someone may feel, and I'm explaining to you about a right that's guaranteed by the Constitution. Now, if they're going to infringe on that right today, then that's another thing. We'll follow up and litigate this thing in court. I'm wishing and praying that Rock County Sheriff doesn't aid them in trying to infringe on my rights today. I know precisely what I'm doing. I do this all over the country.
Sure.
I just want to be able to come in, exercise my rights, and keep it moving.
Right? Yeah. Nobody's saying that you can't film like the public lobby here.
What-
It's just where they got that. They're just asking that you're not in there.
I understand he's asking, but I can respectfully decline because I have a right to do it. That's just like saying we don't want you to come in and wear black today. Well, I have a right to do it, though. You get what I'm saying? There's no laws or statutes against me recording in that lobby at all. So,
They're just asking that you stay out of there. Is there?
Well, I definitely got to go back in. Like I said, I'm filling out my public records request. I'm going to document. The Supreme Court has already ruled time, place, and manner on these things. And we have a right to film public officials in the course of their duties.
You just want to hang on first. What's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your name and badge number, officer?
I'm
We're deputy.
deputy.
I appreciate it. Man.
So what's going on today? I just kind of walked up.
Just coming in, exercising rights, you know, kind of like what I'm doing now, standing in a publicly accessible area, making sure not to go past anything restricted. He has a kind of an issue with that, but I tried to explain it to him like I was explaining to these officers, you guys, peacefully about the rights that we do have.
Who has the issue? Though?
Him right there. He's talking to your partners. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's the other two deputies there. Yeah, this guy, he's closing the door now. Can't lock it though because it's public property, but we definitely got to go back in and finish the business that we need to do. So. All right.
Okay, so again, I'm Deputy Barr, and I know you're going to ask my employee numbers 1, 2, 3,
For sure.
1, so I can make that easy for you. So to make sure we're not doing anything against what you're asking, I actually called our corporation counsel.
Okay.
Spoke with them.
Okay.
They said as long as those doors are closed and they put a note up for right now, they don't want anybody in there, that's fine. If you have any questions regarding that, you can call the corporation counsel.
So, hold on, let me get this right. So, corporation counsel said that they don't want anybody inside of behavioral health services to receive services.
No, that's incorrect. No.
Oh, okay, because I'm confused.
They just don't want anyone filming or anything of that nature.
Right. So even if they don't, it's still a right that we have. You get what I'm saying?
Right, and that's why I'm saying if you have any questions regarding that, I just want to direct you to our corporation counsel because that's who I directly spoke with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't have any questions.
Okay.
I don't have any questions at all about that because I
Right.
know what we can do.
Right, and that's why I said, we don't want to tick you off in any way, shape,
Oh
or
no,
form.
I'm never going to get ticked off.
No, I just want to make sure that you knew that's what we did on our end.
Right,
So
but you know-
this came from the county's legal counsel.
Right. So who you probably should have contacted probably was like a higher up at the actual sheriff's office, because then they would know. You guys are law enforcement.
Correct.
Legal counsel they probably just interpret, but they should know that we have a First Amendment right to record. So if they told you something about not wanting somebody to do it, that's still an infringement. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, they just don't want you inside there. And like I said, I can give you the corporation counsel's number.
No, I don't need it. No, because I'm definitely going to go back in. I got to. Like I said, I got official business here. You know.
Well, if you got to fill that out and drop it off, just don't film in there, okay?
Well, I got to. I document everything when I come in contact with government, and this is a right. So I'm not going to allow it to be infringed upon. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, if you guys got to, you might have to call a commander, man, because it seems like you guys are unsure on what to do.
Well, no. Well, if you go back in there after they posted that, and you're filming.
Well, they can't just post something because, like, as of today, since I'm here exercising rights today, that would have to go up to the chain and it would have to be approved by a committee and everything. You just can't post a piece of paper today because I'm here today.
Well, like I'm saying, that's why I spoke to the corporation counsel, sir.
Right. But okay, so you're saying this is what you're saying in all reality. Let me just get this out because it's going to be a long, drawn out day. You're saying that I can go back in there and do the business that I need to do as long as I'm not recording.
Correct.
And that's what counsel is saying.
Correct.
Okay.
As long as you're not recording, you are fine.
As long as I'm not recording. So what sign is it that says that? Because you said with those signs, you talking about that sign right there? Yeah. That says no public access.
Right.
It don't say nothing about recording.
So
I'm confused.
Well, once you get inside, it says there's no recording. There's signs right inside.
Right, but it's not against the law to record.
So, but what they're saying is they don't want you recording in there.
Okay, but I'm going to. I'm going to be honest. If I go back in there recording, then what?
You'll probably get a citation for trespassing, and we're going to escort you off.
So I'm going to be threatened with trespass and or possibly arrest if I exercise my right. Are you saying that on camera?
Well, more than likely, because we've already asked you not to go in there after we've gone through our corporation counsel, you could be cited for it, yes.
I understand what you're saying, Deputy. I'm just trying to get this under. I'm just trying to make sure, because at this point, it's going to look like to the judge that you guys are aiding this entity and violating my rights today. It's bigger. It's going to be bigger than that when you get in front of a deposition and have to give your account on why did you violate my rights today. I'm just trying to make sure. That's why I said maybe you should call a commander.
And that's why I ran it up our corporation council, sir.
But they have no authority. They have no authority. You guys have the authority. Law enforcement.
Did you want to speak with me?
Yeah, what's going on, Sarge?
How are you doing, man? What's your name?
Man, call me sir. They've been asking me the same question all day. It's all good, though.
Not even like Mike, Bill, Bob?
You know what? Just call me great guy, because I am one.
Great
I am
guy.
one.
I thought you said Greg for a second.
Oh no. Thing is, right, Sarge. Obviously, they've informed you on everything that's been going on today in terms of me being here. So we're now we're at the point of I have official business at this entity, which is a public entity. I've made no efforts to go inside anything restricted. Just stand in publicly accessible areas, kind of like this hallway and the lobby inside of there. I need to fill out a public records request form, which I'm getting ready to do. But my rights are seeming like they're getting ready to be infringed upon. And I don't want the sheriff's office to aid this entity in doing so. I know exactly what I'm doing. I do this all over the country. I'm just trying to come to some type of, you know what I mean, solution where my rights won't be trampled upon.
And you understand why you can't record in that area, right?
I don't understand.
Okay, it is a area where there's sensitive information and other people's health information, and that's why it's not able to be recorded in there, because you are infringing on their rights, which you cannot do legally, correct?
Infringe on someone's right?
You can't record their information.
And that's not what I will do. And that's not what I was doing.
That's why they have it there, because there is information out. Did you? I don't know.
Right.
You'd have to tell me, did you?
Of course not.
So that's why they ask you to not record in there.
Right.
And when they ask you to leave while you're recording in there, that is something you need to do.
Okay, so my thing is, if they have private and sensitive information, Supreme Court has already ruled that there's no expectation to privacy in public. So they will have to create their privacy. Standing in the lobby is an open lobby to the public. Anything behind those doors is private. If I went back there and recorded someone's room, then I'm in the wrong.
Well, what I was told is you stuck your camera through a window that was private area, and that infringes upon that.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm just telling you what I was told.
Yeah, I've been standing in
at.
public accessible areas the entire time. But my thing is, I've got to go back in there because I have official business. When I fill out my public records request form and get a copy from the young lady that's been helping me all day, I'm still going to be recording because I have a right to do it.
So I'm going to tell you this, like we said before, you can't go through the door and record, okay? If you do that, I agree with them, you will be arrested.
For what? What crime?
For trespassing where you're not allowed to.
So trespassing is a
They're
secondary
telling you,
crime.
you may not go in there while recording, okay?
I know that, but I'm saying trespassing is a secondary crime. What's the first one?
It's not a secondary crime. I can arrest you based solely on trespassing, sir.
Not for minus a crime. You can't. Not on public property. On private property, you can. Not public property. I would have to commit a crime.
They have the right to tell you to leave.
Not for exercising rights, Sergeant. You're wrong.
It's the fact that you're infringing on others.
I'm not though, and you guys swore to uphold the Constitution.
That is your word versus their word, right? Because that's what they tell me, and you tell me differently. So I can't tell you if you are infringing on somebody's rights unless I go in there and investigate it. I don't know, but the reason they have it posted is so you don't.
Okay, so just like they have another sign posted at the front of this building about a gun. If you bring a gun in here, they're not pertaining to you guys, but if I brought a gun in here, I'll be in violation of that statute.
Correct.
There's no statutes or laws connected to that sign. It's not enforceable by law, sir. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not enforceable. You swore an oath, right? Why are you guys not upholding my rights today?
Nobody has done anything to
I'm being
trample on your rights.
I'm being threatened with arrest if I continue to exercise my rights, and you're doing it on camera.
There's the sign. No public access. So if you go back through at this point while recording, you will be arrested. Do you understand that?
So I can't do this then. So I can't.
You can go back in there, not while recording.
That's not what that sign say, though, sir.
Right up to the front desk with it. They'll take care of you.
I got to go back in there, man.
They'll take care of you.
No. Well, that's behavioral health as well.
The front desk ladies can get you anything they need. Anything you need, excuse me.
Man, I got, sorry.
At that point, if that's what they're requesting, they have the right to do that, just like you have the right to record in the lobby, man.
That's exactly right. So if I have a right, then why y'all trampling on them today?
You're fine out here. Nobody said a word about you out
fine
here.
inside of there. That's public
Not
property.
anymore.
Why not?
They just posted and said you can't.
You can't do that, Sarge. Sarge, you know what that sign? That has to be like goes up to a committee and everything. You can't just post something today because then that's discrimination against the camera, sir. We're talking about rights at this point, not any feelings or policies. And you guys are law enforcement. You're supposed to be enforcing the law right now.
Why do you keep doing it? What's the what do you like? What are we trying to do? Like, what's the goal here?
So it's about education. At the end of the day, it's about, educating people that don't know they have these rights. Some people don't know, some people do.
Sure.
Some sheriff departments and police officers come out and honor their oath. Some don't. Some come enforce feelings, some come enforce the law. It's good and bad and everything, man.
Well, hey.
We was wishing and praying. That wasn't it for Rocky County.
Whether you're getting your food at McDonald's or you're going to the doctor and everything in between, you have good and bad workers, right?
You do. Hey, these officers was just bringing up how some people, when they come encounter with y'all with these, cuss you guys out, I understand. I don't do that. No, so I'll just go to the sheriff's department and just file complaints, and then we'll just go from there like I always do.
Sounds good, man. You know how to get there? Do you need the
Oh,
address?
yeah. No, I'm GPSing. I know it's probably right up the street somewhere. For sure.
Offer if I can help.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
All right, man.
All right.
Be safe.
For sure. You guys, too. All right. So, that's how that cookie's going to crumble today, man. The sergeant came. He wasn't of no help. All 4 of these officers obviously didn't honor their oath today. Excuse me, deputy. Hey, dude, one of you guys, if you guys can just jot down the CAD number for me. Like the call for service number? Case number? Yeah, that'll work. Yep. Yeah, but you got the doctor's signature, right? All right, man. I'll see you guys, man. Appreciate it. Yep.
The full original video is available via the link in the description. This is just a small edited version and there is much more to see in the original video. Also get subscribed to the Tyrant Terminator Audits channel. Thanks guys.